It says I'm live, but am I really live? I've been trying. I got internet issues today, I'm afraid. Wow. And then my phone blew up, and as I'm going live, my phone rang. I had it turned off, but wow. Happy Tuesday. It's crazy here today. So I had wanted to come in and talk about some things that I'm doing. I'm hoping that this shared out too. Let me be sure that this is out there on Facebook really quick before we take off so we can at least try to get an audience. Hang with me. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so you just got to bear with me for a minute. Let me share this out because it didn't go to social media, of course, so that's kind of rough. Let's see if I have a share. There's a share. Awesome. Let's copy that. Throw it out here. Dun, 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 dun. Bear with me, and thanks for putting up with me. Terpene Healer here for Happy Tuesday. I think I finally got my internet service. Got her done. So let's see who comes. And hopefully we'll get some people coming. I wanted to talk about some stuff like my Patreon. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You got to figure that out. I think it's Patreon. I'm going to do a Patreon channel where it goes behind a paid wall. And now don't freak out about that. It's not going to be hugely expensive. But I do a lot of work. And it's a lot of hard work. And I just like a little reward. And there are people out there who actually ask me all the time, hey, I don't need you, but what can I do to support you? So I'm going to have different tiers. And there'll be just like a basic support thing too. So let me just get this shared out here. Problems of being a one-woman show. So anybody that has any questions, please come to the YouTube chat and pop it in there. If I get to it after, if I see that after this is all over and said and done with, I'll be sure and add those questions to the next show because I am going to be doing shows regularly. What I'd like to know is what's going to work for people. What do you want? Do you want a weekly show, once a week, twice a week? What kind of stuff do you want to see on Patreon or Patreon with the channels? What kind of channels do you want? Who has been involved with Patreon? Who currently is a Patreon? And who do you follow? What do you like? What do you see? So that's the kind of stuff I want to find out today. And then I want to be able to answer other people's questions. So let me get this last share out here. Got it to Terpene Healer, and I'll come back over here to where I can see what I'm doing with you. And my computer always jumps at too big of a screen. So hopefully we'll have some people come in and chat, and we'll get some stuff going. Hello. Oh. If you do want to chat and you're on Facebook, please come over to the YouTube channel. I'm in the YouTube chat. So come over there, please, and hopefully we'll get some people over there. So regarding the Patreon tiers, here's what I'm considering. It's going to be very inexpensive per month. It just depends on what you're going to do and how many tiers you want to be involved with as to what your expense is going to be with, where your interests lie. And then I may just include some tiers and have rewards for that where people will get access to an additional tier full of information for so many months patronage or bringing more patrons or that kind of stuff. So some of the tiers that I want to put in there and I want some feedback on is I work a lot with autism. So I'm just going to list the tiers and then I can go into detail after. So my tiers that I want to look at is autism, cancer, Parkinson's, anxiety, sexual health, the endocannabinoid system, THC, and CBD. Now, I know there's multitudes of, let me add Crohn's to that right now, just because. Here's my pen. Crohn's is a big deal. But in Crohn's, I would make that a Crohn's IBS, combine everything in there because it's all the gut issue. And then also cannabis hyperemesis syndrome is another tier I'm going to add. The cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. A lot of people don't believe that that is a real condition. And there's so many more people coming forward with it. And I actually know somebody who has had it very severely and more people. And so we need to be able to stop that and help people get through that so that they're not suffering with that anymore. So, and of course, my phone rings again. But I got my desktop turned down, so hopefully that's not going to interfere with this. But anyway, those are some of my ideas on the Patreon channel, and I'm looking at keeping them, $5, $7, $10 a month, depending upon how intricate and detailed it gets, depending upon what tier as well. My biggest thing is I want participation from people. I want to know what you want to know. I know a lot from all of my time and experience working with doctors. My clients that I've been handling now for over 3 years. I've got an autistic client I've worked with it'll be 3 years in February with them, and I just had miraculous movements in that whole, where it started at 16, walking up on 19. So going through the end of puberty and everything with this client. And my Alzheimer's clients, Alzheimer's, got to add that. I'm thinking I'm going to have Alzheimer's dementia tier. So, but I want to have multiple tiers for people so that they can go into directly what they want. If you just want to know about cancer and how to fight cancer, you don't need to have all the other fluff about everything else. So being in a different tier will platform that out and keep you in that area. And then if you want to know more, you can. And then another thing I'd like to do is also have a healer corner. And that is where I will be teaching people. I have quite a few people who say, I want to learn how to do what you do. Well, I'm more than happy to teach people how to do what I do. And I just think this may be the best avenue to do it. And with Healer Corner, that one's going to be special because that person, to be a healer and learn everything to do what I do, they need to be in all tiers. They need to know everything. And so I'm just trying to figure out if it's going to be a graduated, as you go so far, we'll give you another tier, that kind of thing, and then just add it all into their one monthly fee. And that fee will probably be a bit higher because it's going to be very inclusive. And that is actually considered an educational resource. So with my tiers, I have different ways to offer different levels to people. And then also I think what I'm going to do is have my, a lot of my people who I donate to, I think are great references and they can help each other. And you'll be able to communicate with each other within the tiers as well. So I think I'm going to have a group of my people who I donate my medicine to and my CBD formulations. I think I'm going to have a tier just for them. I don't know what I'm going to call it, Compassion Corner or something like that. I don't want to ever embarrass or anything like that with anybody, but I think Compassion Corner is a good place to have those people to communicate about resources that they can all use, because there's some people I have met out here in this industry who, when people get depleted into the it's so financially devastating to be ill, especially with health insurance. And if you don't have health insurance, and if you choose the homeopathic route, because health insurance is really set up for, big pharma and traditional medicine. So that's a struggle. So in Compassion Corner, we'll be able to unite people who are all basically on the same platform. And I've become a firm believer that even my free people, I try to ask them, pay some shipping, or sometimes they wind up paying for other things that they have to do. And, they got some skin in the game. And I find that when people have some skin in the game is when they participate more. It means more to them. If you just give things to people for free, it doesn't mean anything to them. It's free, so it must not be valuable. Well, I know my value. I have a lot of value. I have a lot of knowledge, and I'm pretty good at what I do. I have had some great successes with my people. And so no matter what I do going forward in the future, I always want that ability to custom formulate for people. And I'm working on a way to work on a mass production thing as well, which I'll be sharing that behind my Patreon wall as I build it. So all of that is all great things that I got going on, and I want your feedback. So please comment on the YouTube channel. I'd really prefer to keep it over to the YouTube channel now, just because then I get it all to one place. But if we do get it on the Facebook, I'll be going in and following up with those just because I have to. But I think it'll be more valuable keeping it to the YouTube channel. So I hope to see that and really develop more membership and following on this YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to get all of this tuned up and work on being a YouTuber now. But I think it's all going to work out well. I'm not afraid of the camera, and I'm not scared of social media. Just really not scared of much. So we'll get it rolling out there and help as many people as we can. I think it's important. And then always keep fighting the fight. When people have a message to get out there, we've got to keep it going and fighting for patients. Access is a big deal all across our nation right now. Everybody needs access. There's some states that aren't even near to having a law. So, I mean, like Idaho, the bong-shaped state, probably going to be one of the last ones that ever passes. So, you know, we need to have a huge voice, a reliable voice, and an honest voice. And if I don't know the answer to something, I never go, oh, and make something up. No, I say, you know what? I don't know what the answer is to that, but I'm going to research it and find out, and we'll get back to you on that. And I hope that you do that as well, because that preserves your integrity. And I deal with a lot of clients, you know, and they're looking to me to, their spouse may die because they have cancer, or their mother, or their father, or their loved one, or themselves. And I have to have honest, candid conversations with people. And you can't make promises to these people that your ass can't keep. You can't. And you don't know. You never know. The unknown. I mean, I've seen people who did everything by the book that they were supposed to do, followed the cancer protocol to the T, did everything else and throw it at it, and they lost their battle. So we never know. We never know. You never know what else is going on. So don't make promises you can't keep. Don't write checks with your mouth that your ass can't cash. That's what my dad always said. Love my daddy. He had a lot of knowledge. So anyway, that's what I've got for everybody today. Is anybody in the chat? I got to figure all this out. So I'll get it figured out. I'll get better at this YouTube thing. Pretty comfortable with Facebook, so I know it's out there going. But see you soon. More coming. Have a great day. Well, mad love to all. And one other thing I wanted to share, just because. I'm not clicking off yet. See this stuff right here? This is my daily driver. I'm a cardiac patient in Florida. This is God's gift, and very appropriately named. I wanted to show really quick. I'm glad I remembered this. I had it tucked behind something, almost didn't see it. Another thing I really want people to learn is how to handle their resins. Because in Florida, everything came out oils, resins. These little things, when they first came out, were hell. And if you handle them properly now, this 1-to-1 comes out of here beautifully. Some of these, when they first came out, it was like, you'd have to wrench on it, float it in hot water to loosen it up so you could even squeeze it out. But I'm serious about dosing. I want to show people how I dose this. And I do this about 3 times a day. This is my daily driver. I love this stuff. And so what I do when I dose, can you see that? I just put a little bead right there. And then what I do is I be sure and I pull this back here like this. Okay. Pull that back there so that you get a little bubble. Can you see the bubble in there? And you want to get the bubble in there because when you put the cap on, you don't want your product oozing into the cap and making it hard to get off. When this gets really, really hard to get off of there, you're being sloppy about it. You want to really work on wiping off whatever's left on your finger because that's going to go in your mouth. So as you can see where I wipe that off on there too. I love this desktop camera. So anyway, you can see that. And that's about the size bead that I do 3 times a day. Sometimes more, depending upon what's going on. I just went through some major dental stuff that was... But this is Terpelicious. Love this stuff. So I wanted to show you that because that's one of my favorites. And everybody's all like, oh, I wonder what they do. You know, well, of course I smoke a lot of flour. I love my flour. Thank God we got that passed in Florida. And then I'm a go-to girl on this. Sunshine Cannabis, that's my stuff. The True Pods. This is my Afghan Moon. I'm not going to do any of that right now because that's my bedtime stuff. Or nighttime stuff. So Afghan Kush is, I love that. They just came out. It's Afghan Moon. Sorry, Afghan Moon. Get it right. And another reason why I buy the Sunshine product, Sunshine Cannabis, right there. They donate to Regulate Florida regularly, and being an author of that petition is very important to me and very passionate. So I fund my own, and that's why I do this. The only thing I buy outside of Sunshine is God's Gift, because it is just heavenly, and I get great benefit. It's a 1-to-1. So I just did, oh God, I love that. It's so yummy. And then the other two here, I'll show you with my True Sticks. Gainesville Green. Thank you, Rick Naya. I love this stuff. That's one of my favorites, used all the time. It's one of my go-tos for daytime, as well as the Sunshine Kush. I'm a Kush girl. I love my Kush. So those are all my Florida products right there. And, you know, if you're a Florida patient or you want to become a Florida patient, I'll help get you to the right doctor and guide you in the right direction for products. I love taking people on dispensary tours. So that's what I got today. Now I'm really going to say goodbye. So till next time, I want your feedback. Let me have it, please. Thanks.